Hi, this is Shelley from Lakelands Physiotherapy and Miami Physiotherapy, coming to you live today. I wanted to go through our last functional test. This is one that we use as part of our sarcopenia testing, which is our muscle strength testing that we use. Gives an idea of how people are going, how able they are with their balance and with their strength and function. So I've shown you the other two before. We're going to go through this one. We'll see how it goes. A few different tests involved in this, and there's a big balance component. So the first one we're looking at is 2-foot balance. So it's literally 2 feet together, and you're just going to stand there. So we're going to count to 10, and then we score whether you can do it or whether you can't. So that's the first one, pretty easy one. The next one, you're taking one step forward. So we call this a staggered tandem. So it's not a full heel toe, you've got a little bit of space in between. And same deal, we're going to stand here now for 10 seconds in this position. Then you're going to change over and you're going to stand in the other position as well. And again, we would give this another point. So far I've got 2 points for myself. The next one we're going to do, we make it a little bit harder, is into that full heel toe. So I'll come onto the side so you can see a little bit more. So standing in that, we call this a full tandem position. You're just going to stand there now. Again, we're looking at a 10-second count. You need to make sure you can do it on both sides. A lot of people have one side that's a little bit stronger or one side that they have difficulty balancing on. So after you've done your 10 seconds that way, we would then score whether you can do that or not. So the next test we're looking at is now looking into some strength parameters. So the first thing is whether you can get yourself up from a chair without using your hands. And this is quite important. A lot of chairs like this chair, waiting room chairs, don't have arms on them, so you can't push yourself up. But also, functional situations like the toilet. A lot of toilets don't have anywhere where you can push up. They're quite low, you need to be able to get yourself up. So this is a really important thing functionally to be able to do. So all it is, standing in, you're going to sit down first, and then sitting from the chair, arms across your chest, you need to get yourself up from that position. So the first part of this is whether you can do that, yes or no, and now we're going to time it and see how you go. So next we look at how many times you can do this, or how long it takes you to do 5 of these. So as fast as you can from sitting down. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stop. Now there's a little chart that we use which tells us how many points to give you for how long that took you to do. So the maximum is out of 4, and I can show you that later. So that's all of our strength ones that we're looking at there. On the back of this test, we also add in that gait speed one that we did last week. For this test, it's a specified test where we do it over 4 meters instead of the 5 to 10. And again, we look at that timings, we put it all together. So for this particular barrage of testing, what we're looking at is a total score of 12. So that's your maximum that you can get. And if you score under 8 for this test, that tells me that you are at risk of having a functional strength problem, which may be impacting how you can actually be able in the community. And we would look at then doing some further testing and challenging you, and then working out a program that will suit you. Now, if you found these testings to be quite easy, that's fantastic. Chances are you are fit and able and you're managing really well. You are low risk for falls or any adverse events in the community. So good job, keep nice and strong. If you found with these tests, firstly, that you feel uncomfortable trying them, don't. If you don't feel safe, don't do it. But if you felt like that was an issue for you or you struggled, come and see us and we can have a look at where you're struggling and we can help you out with that and give you a strengthening program to get you back on track and make sure that you can get the best out of life. I'll speak to you next week.